Liberation doesn't always arrive free of irony. Sometimes it's shaped by contradictions that echo for generations. Meet Joseph Jenkins Roberts, the first president of Liberia, Africa's first modern republic. But his story is unlike any other on the continent because Liberia wasn't liberated from Europe. It was founded by freed black men from America. Imagine this. You're born in 1809 in Virginia, United States. You're a free black man, but you live in a society that fundamentally denies your equality. This was the world of Joseph Jenkins Roberts. He, and many like him, were searching for a place to build a life of dignity, a place where they could rule themselves. This search led him to West Africa as part of a controversial plan by the American Colonization Society. He and other freedmen settled in a land they named Liberia, the Land of the Free. In 1847, a historic moment, Liberia declared its independence from the American Colonization Society, becoming the first republic on the African continent, and Joseph Jenkins Roberts became its first president. On paper, this was a monumental victory for black self-determination, a beacon of hope, but the reality on the ground was far more complicated. The new nation carried the DNA of its founders, former home, the United States. Its political, cultural, and social structures were American, not African. These settlers, who became known as Liberians, held all the power, owned the best land, and controlled the institutions and the indigenous Africans, the people who had lived on that land for centuries. They were suddenly excluded from governing their own home. It was a paradox. Roberts was a visionary in his own right. He truly believed he was building a free black republic that could stand shoulder to shoulder with the other nations of the world. And he had successes. He worked tirelessly to secure international recognition for Liberia, established crucial trade relationships, and fiercely defended the young nation's sovereignty against the constant threat of European colonial expansion. He was building a nation from scratch, and in many ways, he succeeded. But that sovereignty, that success, came at a heavy price. The republic he led functioned as a settler state, unintentionally mirroring the very colonial hierarchies its founders had sought to escape. Indigenous communities weren't partners in this new nation. They were governed, not represented. Liberation for one group had become a form of domination over another. The dream of freedom was not shared by all. Roberts served 2 separate terms as president, his leadership spanning over a decade. He brought stability and laid the groundwork for a modern state, but he also entrenched a political system that created a deep divide within the country. This system, with a small Amaraco-Liberian elite ruling over the indigenous majority, would last for more than a century. It was a foundation built on a fault line, and that fault line would eventually erupt into devastating civil war in the late 20th century. So did Joseph Jenkins Roberts colonize Liberia. Not in the traditional sense. No, he wasn't a European agent carving up the continent for an empire. But he did preside over a system that replaced foreign rule with a new form of internal exclusion. His legacy forces us to ask a difficult, uncomfortable question. Can a nation truly be considered free if that freedom is not extended to all of its own people? The founding of Liberia was a historic achievement, a symbol of black resilience and aspiration. But its internal contradictions proved fatal. And Joseph Jenkins Roberts, a man who sought freedom from oppression, stands at the complex and tragic center of it all. If you found this story compelling, make sure to subscribe and follow our channel for more deep dives into the figures who shaped our world. Thanks for watching.